guys, this is HeyJay Stylexio and welcome to another tutorial. Today we're learning how to make this beautiful structured sleeve you're seeing on the screen, and it's a very easy tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how to make it from start to finish. So well, if you're just joining us, kindly click on the subscribe button and welcome to our channel where we drop so many videos on 20 tutorials on how to create so many outfits, trendy outfits and all of that. And also I work with my subscribers request. So if you have any tutorial in mind that you any outfit in mind that you're trying to make, well, you could just send me a message, drop a comment, let's comment about it, and I'm going to make a tutorial on that. So let's get started. So first of all, we're going to be working with our basic sleeve block. So this is a basic sleeve block on a hard paper, and this is the front and the back block. So I'm just going to be tracing the front part only. This is just one type, so I just place it and then trace it out, and this is it. So I just placed it on an old skirt pattern. Well, so this is the basic sleeve. So the next thing I'm going to do is add. This is the armhole depth of the dress. This is 10 inches. So I'm going to be adding 2 inches here to make it 12. So meaning from here to here is 10. You know the 12 I measured, the 10 I measured is like this. So from here to here is 8. So from here to here is 10. So this is it. So this same 10, I'm going to measure it down also. But now my paper is not up to 10. So let me just do 9.5 just for the tutorial. So I'm going to join it to the ruler and then join it down. Then join them. Now, this is a full, this length of sleeve length is the normal long sleeve of the person. If you look at it, is a full sleeve, just a little bit, a little shorter. The sleeve length you are working with is, let me check, I think that's a 20, that's 25. So the sleeve length we're working with is 25, though this is 19. So to get 25, we need about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 inches to get 25 sleeve length. So what we do is, when you want to make your own pattern, you make the complete sleeve length. Okay, make the complete length of sleeve. But for this now is a shorter sleeve. I'm just going to work with it. The length is shorter. When you make the complete sleeve length, then you cut this part out. I hope you understand. So that's just basically how to do this. For this now is 19, a little bit shorter. So I'm just going to use this length 19. So how is it done? Whatever the sleeve length is, let's say you're working with sleeve length 20, then there's a that cuff. You determine the length of the cuff. You can use 4 inches, you can use 5 inches, you can use 6 inches. So whatever the length of the cuff is, you write cuff length, then maybe let's say 5, so that's 5 inches. So you say 20 minus 5 is 15. So this length of sleeve is 15. By the time you join it to the cuff, it will be 20. Hope you understand. So what you just do is, let's assume this is 20. From here now you measure 5. Then you cut it off. But this time you're not cutting it off from here. You're cutting it off following the shape here because you want here to be fitted. Is this part that will be wide. So you just rule a line, measure the 5, then you rule a line straight. Then you cut here off. So this other part is what you'll be using. So for this outfit now, this whole part, I'm going to be using it as the 15. So I'm going to be adding 5 inches to it. So now another thing is, whatever the length is, just to be so that it can be fuller. Whatever, let's say the full length of your sleeve is 20, like first said earlier I said, sleeve length is 20, and then the cuff is 5. So we say 20 minus 5 is 15. Then we need about 2 or 3 inches so that we can get that fold. So you add another 3 inches, so that's 18. I hope you understand. So that is basically what I'm going to be cutting here. So for me, the sleeve I'm working with is 25, and then I'm working with a cuff of 5. That's 25 minus 5 is 20. So and then I'm going to add 3 inches. So what I'm going to be cutting here is like 23. So this is still not enough. Maybe I just get a bigger paper so that you will understand. So I'm just going to cut this on a bigger paper. So I've transferred it, and this is it. This is actually 23, not 25. I was looking at the wrong measurement. So this is 23, not 25. I was doing 25, but I checked again and it's 23. So this is it. The sleeve length, the full sleeve length for the person, long sleeve is 23. Then the roundness at 23, you don't check it like this. So you check like this so that it can pass through here. So you just place the tape like so and check. So for this is 9.25. So I'll be placing the tape to get the midpoint. So half of 9.25 is 4.75. So I'll just mark it. Now if you look now, this wideness here is the same wideness here. So I just rule a straight line. So this now I'm going to just connect here to here just to get this part first. So you can see, so this is a normal basic sleeve. If you're making a normal sleeve, but we're going to be using this part. So we said for the cuff, you could do 4 inches, you could do 5 inches, you could do 6 inches. So let's say we're doing 5 inches. So from here, we mark out 5 inches. Then roll it. So we're going to be cutting this part out and then taking this part. This part we're going to cut as the cuff. While here, we're going to cut here on the organza. Okay, before I continue, for the organza, we need the organza fabric, and we need organza of 5 yards organza. So I'm going to show you how to use it. 5 yards will be needed for the 2 sleeves. So this is organza, and you can use any fabric that is like this. You can also use net. So this length now, let me just cut it off. So for this length, I'll just cut it off. Now, just taking this part. Right? So I'll leave it here. So this is the cuff. So why for this part, I'm going to be cutting here on the organza. So I'm not cutting on this part, I'm cutting on the white part. Now follow the normal shape to get follow the armhole curve. So this is it. But now if I'm placing this on the organza, I'm not going to cut it exactly. I said when you're placing this on the organza, you add like 3 to 4 inches. So I'm going to place when I place it on the organza, I'm not going to cut it directly on 18 here. I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to cut on 22. So that does it. So if you know you get confused, you can just add it to your pattern for cutting. So I'm going to cut in 2 of these for the 2 sleeve. I'm going to show you what to do next. So now I've placed the pattern paper on the organza, and I'm going to add that 3 inches or 4 inches. So here I'm doing 4 inches, making it 22. I'm just going to mark 22 and then roll it just to increase the length. So you can even do 3 inches if you don't want it so full, but I'm doing 4 inches. So now I'm going to just cut it off, and I'm going to cut 2 of these just like this. I'm going to cut 2. I'm going to cut it off. So this is it. Cut it out. Um, I said we're using 5 yards of organza, and we're assuming 1 yard is for this. From 1 yard, this is what is left. So that I said 1 yard for this basic sleeve. Then we need 4 yards for the ruffles. So this is what is left from the 1 yard. So this is the sleeve, the added length. So now for this part, your organza is by length 60. So I'm going to hold it on the yardage like so, and then I'm going to cut it into two. So this is 4 yards. So cutting it into two means it's giving me 2 yards each. So I'm just going to fold it into two equal halves and then cut it into two. So I just put my scissors and notch the center to make sure it's properly folded. For those that don't know how to cut light materials like this, make sure your folding is equal like this from down to top. Then this edge, just place your scissors. It's very easy to cut light fabric. Notch like this, just give a mark and then tear it up. It will just go straight to the end. So this is 2 yards, this is 2 yards, and this is 2 yards. So we'll be working with one of them. Then I'll just be using one of the sleeve to illustrate. So let me remove the pin from one of the sleeve and then show you what to do. So the next thing to do is, let's keep that on our side. We'll bring our basic sleeve out like this. Then we fold it back like so to get the midpoints. So I'll just fold it into two equal halves because I want to get the midpoints. So I've notched there and I've notched here to get the midpoints. So I'll open it up like this. Then I'll bring my tailor's chalk. I'm going to draw a line from top to bottom. I hope you can see the line. I'm using a white chalk. I hope you can see the line. So from this line, I'm going to mark 3 inches here, or 2.5. So let me do 2.5. I'm going to mark 2.5 here and 2.5 here. Then I'll still connect to the stitch line. So I'll draw another line, 2.5, and then 2.5. I'm just marking up and down so that I can get a perfectly straight line. Okay. If you've worked with organza before, you know how organza behaves. So don't be surprised if it's moving. So this 2.5 as well. So this is one, two, three. So on this side we do the same thing. This is the center point. Mark 2.5. Like I said, you can do 3 inches. You can even do 4 inches. So I just mark several 2.5 from the midpoint. You can even do 4 inch, but the closer the finer. So when it's closed like this, it's finer. It gives you more gathers. So when I'm done rolling, I'll tell you what next to do. So I'm done rolling the lines and I'm going to keep it aside. Then I'll bring one of the 2 yards fabric. I'm going to do something similar. Now, if you look at, this is the yardage, this is the part that is 2 yards, that is 2 yards means 36 inches. So this is 36 inches, 1 yard, and this is the other 36 inches, 2 yards. You can see it, 2 yards. So this is the yardage part. Why this is the length of the fabric, and the length is normally by 60 inches. So if you look at it, that's about 60 inches. The end of the tape, that's about a little bit more than 60 inches. So let's just say 62 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the midpoint of this fabric on this yardage part, not on the side where it's 60, on this yardage part. So meaning that the parts, you just fold it like this. But this time we're not cutting, we're just notching. So we fold it like this, and then we'll notch. So do the same thing at the down, we'll rule a line. So from here, pay attention, please. So this is the midpoint where we notched. You can see the notches. So let me try to use something to hold it. Okay, so this is the midpoint where we notched. We're going to rule a straight line to the ends. Then from that straight line, we're going to rule a straight line to the end like so. Let's assume this is the line. So rule it to the end. From this line, we take our tape, we mark between 10 and 12 inches. So if you choose what you want. So we mark between 10 and 12 inches. You rule a line to the end. From this mark again, you mark between 10 and 12 inches. You rule a line to the end, and then you do it to the end of the fabric. From this other part, this is the center, you also do it on this side. You mark from here between 10 and 12 inches, you rule a line to the end. Then another thing is, if you cannot rule a line, but I think ruling a line is better off so that it will guide you when you sew. So after ruling the line, this is what you're going to do. You're going to thread your needle, measure the length. The longest length here is this part. This part is shorter than here, so you take the longest length, which is to 21 inches, the length of the sleeve. So you're going to take your needle and thread. The length of the thread should be like 22 inches. Yeah, now you're going to sew from here to the end in that 22. So meaning that we're going to gather each of these lines. We're going to gather each of them. So when I'm done gathering, I'll show you. Let me explain again. After I said you fold your fabric into two, then you notch to get the midpoint. After notching to get the midpoint, on this midpoint you rule a straight line, just the way we did on the basic sleeve. Then from that straight line on this side, you mark say between 10 to 12 inches, depending on how much fullness you want. If you want it very full, 12 inches. If you want it lesser, 10 inches. So from here to here, you mark 12 inches, you rule a line on that 12 inches. From that 12 inches point, you mark another 12 inches, you rule a line. From there, you mark till you get to the end of the fabric. While on this side, do the same thing. From the midpoint, you mark 12 inches, you mark here, just mark it multiple marks, then rule a line. From that 12 inches mark, you do another 12, you rule a line. So when you're done, you use your needle and thread, you just sew through that line, then drag it to gather it. So I said to know the length of the gather, your needle and thread, your thread should be the length of your sleeve. The length of the sleeve is 21, so the thread should be 21. So you just gather it to that 21 inches. So when I'm done gathering, I'll show you what next to do. Okay, so I just want to thread my needle and mark those lines. So for my thread, we said the length is 22. The length of the basic sleeve is 22 or 21. So we're going to make our threads the same length. So I just cut it at 22 and a half. Then I'll tie it. So I can start from any side. So these are the lines we've drawn. You can see it, the straight lines. So let me start from this end. So I'll just use my needle and thread to work it in. But if you know how to gather with your sewing machine, you can use your sewing machine. But I think this is easier for those that don't know how to gather. So I'm just going to sew it to the end following the chalk mark. So that's the purpose of having our chalk to guide us. So I'm just going to sew it to the end. So when I'm done, I'll show you what it looks like. So this is it. So this is the reason why we use the thread length of the sleeve, so that you just know that we're just dragging it to that length. So sure you can see it. So we're going to also do this edge, this end. We're going to do it as well. Then we do each line. These are the lines. So we're going to do all these lines, each of them. We'll fold it. So when I'm done with it, I'll tell you what next to do. But like I said, you can do it with your sewing machine. It's actually easier with sewing machine. But for those that don't know how to gather with the sewing machine, well, you use your needle and thread. So this is how to use your needle and thread to gather. Gathering, I've gathered it on all ends, even the main the end. So this is one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. This is the middle that we notched where we did the first gather, and don't forget the length is the length of the sleeve. So now bring back the basic sleeve that we ruled our lines on. The lines are not so visible anymore. It's organza. So I'll place it like so on it. Now this middle, we'll have the middle stitch. We'll place it on the middle of the organza. You know the middle of the organza, I also notched it to know the middle. So I'm going to place here on top like this. Take it to our sewing machine on that liner that we would, and sew this one down to the end. So you just drag, let the gather get to the end of the basic sleeve. So you sew from this beginning to the end. Then when you're done sewing here, you come the next line. This is the next line. This one now, you move it like this now to the next line. And then you sew it down. This next one, you place it on the next line like this and sew it down. So when I'm done sewing, you see it. On it, you can see the back. Look at the lines, the thread lines. So this is one, this is the two. If you are going to join it as the seam allowance, then this one, one, two, three, four, five. So this is the middle line. Then we have one, two, three. The middle line, one, two, three. So turning it to this side, you can see it. Look at the effect, it's so beautiful. So sewing it the 12 inches now on that 2 inches or 2.5 or 3 inches apart line wound is what gave it this effect. So it's a very, 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 very easy tutorial, and I'm sure you understand what was done here. So the next thing to do is just take it to your sewing machine. You know, we have these openings here now. So we're just going to place it on the edge round the armhole curve of the sleeve. Then just sew it with a straight stitch round, so that this part that is opening up will just lie flat like so. Then for the down, the under, we do the same thing, which is this roundness now. So just fold it like this, and then sew it straight. So we're just sewing a straight stitch down, or we're pressing this part down to sew it. So sew here, sew here. Then when we're done, we're going to bring the cuff. This is the cuff that we cut on paper. I just added extra 1 inch so that I have allowance to turn. So this is the cuff I've cut on fabric already. The cut on fold. So this is the fabric I'm actually using. So when I'm done, I'll show you how to attach the cuff. So I've sewn the edge round. This is the armhole curve. I've sewn it round, and I've sewn the down, that is the round sleeve. So this is it now. So there's no opening anymore. It's so beautiful. Now this is the cuff. So I'll just fold it like so, like this, to get the midpoints. Then I notch. Then for the cuff, I'm folding the cuff as well, like this. And then I'll get the midpoint, though I already notched it. Then I'll place right side facing each other. Then place the notched parts. Then I'll pin. Then I'll pin here to the beginning. And I'll pin here to this beginning as well. So this other excess, I'm just going to pleat it or gather it into this part. So I'll just sew it straight down. When I'm done sewing, I'll show you. So I've attached it. You can see it. It's so beautiful. So the next thing to do is just attach it to the round armhole of your dress, and then close the sides with the cuff. So this is basically how to make this sleeve. It's so beautiful. I love it already. I cannot wait to fix it on the dress, and then maybe if I have time, I might just show you the outfit where I fix the sleeve. It's a very flamboyant sleeve. So for those that don't know how to work with something that is busy like this, please don't even try it. But if you're someone who really loves busy, love attention, well, this is something you should go for. Like me, I love attention, so I wouldn't mind rocking something like this. Like everybody sees me and say, "Yeah, who is this? This should be a designer, fashion designer, or who made your outfit?" And I'll say, "Oh, I made my outfit." I love flamboyant styles. They attract customers. They attract like clients actually. So that's why I really love flamboyant style. So I hope you try this out, and when you try it, please let me know. If you see it is very beautiful, and it has been attached to a dress with fringe. So if you want to learn how to make a dress with fringe, you can also leave me a comment in the comment section. And if this tutorial was helpful or useful, or if you're going to use the tutorial in future, also give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Thank you guys for watching from AJ Styling.